Arise News analyst Dayo Sobowale joins us now to look at this development as well as measures needed to protect Lagos from experiencing the ecological disasters from oil exploration that has become so prevalent in the Niger Delta. Good afternoon, Mr. Sobowale, and welcome to the program.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. It's a pleasure being here, Syria.
Right. 3.9 billion, not a bad outing at all for such a young oil-producing state. What are some of your thoughts on Lagos as an oil producer to add to all of the mega investments that are already taking place in the state?
Well, I think, first of all, let us look at the cost of the 3.9 billion or so in terms of environmental disaster and draw from the lessons you have learned on the very bad lessons you have learned from the Delta area in terms of oil pollution. Already, the signs are there. I've seen reports of traditional rulers complaining to the government and to the media that their environment is already polluted in the Badagry area, where the oil is coming from. That palm trees, which yield about maybe 30 palms, you get me? Maybe 300 over a certain period, that has diminished by about 10%. Corrugated iron sheets are changing colors because of the pollution. The water is polluted. You see, in the Badagry area, they are fishermen. They are fishermen farmers. Now, those who are famous fishing depots and markets, they have dried up because the fish is no longer there. They say even herbs, some of the herbs they use to treat themselves. You get me? They can't find those herbs. So people have complained. People have complained to government that they make the money and just take the money to Lagos. Although they are farm, that they have helped some schools, some secondary schools with renovation and things like that. But they say they want their people to still have employment from the oil industry. But you see, it seems the Sobowale Petroleum Company and the foreign partner it has are having some problems. They are in court. I don't think that's been resolved. But you see, the environmental degradation thing is a thing that is rampant all over the world. And it has left the Delta area desolate. I still get incensed when I hear about it. But you know, the oil companies, they have a strong lobby wherever they are. They lobby government not to make legislation that will hinder them. And because, you know, they are so far out in the sea, not many people can go there to go and monitor what they are doing. And these oil spills can come from their rigs, can come from their barges, it can leak even from the pipelines. The very old pipelines, they have to ferry the oil across. So it's a very big issue. And when pollution comes, aside from what I've said, the effect on fishing and farming, the effect on the quality of air. There's even in Badagry, some people are having stunted growth from breathing the air and all that. Whereas, you see, I think last week I mentioned the example in the European Union. They're having elections in June, and you know, pollution is still part of it. You know, they are moving towards climate change, but some people are even saying, even though climate change may be good for the health, they have a right to use their cars because they are marking cars. You see, your car is so many years old, they tax you for something, there are areas you can go to so that there won't be much pollution. But we have not even reached that stage. We have not even enjoyed the full benefits of oil, or we have mismanaged the benefits of it. So, the pollution creates devastating physical and health hazards. And one I only hope that government will rise up to it sometime. I think the last governor, when they started this, they set up community relations. So a community relations committee between the oil community and the oil companies. So it's a social responsibility issue. And the oil companies should know that. Although, given in the Delta area, you know, the people, the Delta people took share to court up to the World Court. I think they won at a stage. But I don't think they paid anything. Or even if they paid, I think the devastation is so bad, there is no compensation that can make up for the disaster and the degradation that the oil exploration has caused in the area. Let's leave it at that for now.
Very well said, Mr. Sobowale. Now, some critics argue that the state's focus should be on diversifying its economy and reducing reliance on oil revenue. How can Lagos strike a balance between leveraging its newfound oil wealth and promoting sustainable economic development?
Lagos is a very rich state. That one is the question you should ask Nigeria. We are the one who have never diversified in the face of all this. Although that's why we are going to mining now. You know, we are trying to, we should diversify. So we don't rely. Now the world is trying to move away from fossil fuel. So that, you know, we have a problem now. And now there's a transition from fossil fuel to clean energy, which we should be involved. And there's money there too to encourage us to go from these European countries. There is money, so we can use money to diversify and get power from water and air and the sun. Get me? So, as for Lagos State, of course, it's a very big state. It's not Lagos State is not a mono product economy. Oil is just part of it. Lagos is a big state. I think that's one of the largest revenue base. But it's clear money, you are warning them. But, you know, it's not necessary. I thought, what's the percentage of this 3.9 billion to Lagos State revenue? It's very minuscule. Very minuscule. No. But then Lagos is still part of the oil-producing states. Yes.
Now, we're going into a season where we're seeing more indigenous players getting involved in oil exploration. And, you know, in the state of Lagos, of course, we see the Sobowale company, you know, leading in partnership with a foreign company. But my question is, do you think that this emerging dominance of indigenous players in the oil sector will produce better effects for the environment? Will they be more caring towards ensuring that, you know, they don't just dump and go, as so many of the oil majors are often accused of doing? Or are you just seeing almost like a rotation of elites from us copying the culture that we saw the foreign players exhibiting? Do you think that our indigenous players are just going to inherit that culture?
Given the nature of Lagos, Lagos is the commercial capital. Almost everybody here is in Lagos. But you see, the oil companies have a way of buying cover for themselves, such that even in the media, anywhere, you don't get that communication across about any disaster they have caused. Okay? There was a case, they said there was oil leakage in Akwa Ibom. It filtered through until it got to Lagos, along the coastline. And you see, if you know how deep inland, I mean offshore, some of these rigs are, and the storm there, so for people to get there and monitor, unless the thing, okay, look at the disasters that happened with deep well that involved Exxon and involved BP the other time. They said several times more than that have happened in Nigeria, and they remain unreported. Because the oil companies, Shell and all that, they can bury anything. But it's not peculiar to Nigeria. Because the oil lobby is very powerful, very rich. You get me? I won't even say that they are not here in Nigeria. They are very powerful. You get me? And don't forget, on the lighter side, you know, the present president is an oil man. He came from Mobile.
And he has returned.
The oil lobby, and he has returned. Thank God for that.
Okay,
let's leave
Sobowale.
Yes.
I'm glad you ended on a happy note. Thank you so much for your insight, and thank you for being here. We appreciate you as always. Thank you.
It's a pleasure.